there, it's Jenny. Thanks for joining me today. This morning, I want to take you through just a nice, calm stretch to wake up your body. So we're going to start on a really lightweight today. I'm going to start with just a yellow on the normal lower button. I'm going to turn to face my foot bar. Booty's going to come up against the shoulder rest, and I'm going to extend my legs straight out. I'm going to reach back, grab onto my short straps, and from here, I just want to find my positioning. Nice, tall spine from the sits bones out the crown of the head. I'm looking straight in front of me. I'm going to flex my feet so my legs are active and turned on. And I'm just going to sit here for a moment, arms down by my sides, and breathe. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Inhaling, as I inhale, I'm envisioning lengthening, growing taller through my waist. And then exhaling, keeping that length. One more here. Now let's add a little movement. Hands are going to be resting gently against the carriage. We're going to inhale as we press those hands out toward the feet, diving the head forward, reaching the hands out over the toes. And now I just want you to pause here. Pull that belly button to the spine, pulling it away from where you're reaching. And then begin to exhale as you lower the hands down, bringing them back to your hips, sitting up tall. And again, inhaling out, holding that breath as you find that oppositional reach, fingers reaching away from where the belly is scooping. Now exhale as you lower the hands, drawing them back toward the hips and stacking the spine up. Let's do that again. Inhaling out. Exhaling in. Last one here. We're really working on that spinal articulation. Starting to get everything moving and warmed up. Sit up tall. Now you're going to let your arms fall out to the sides. Palms are going to face forward toward the foot bar. Sitting up nice and tall, shoulders down the back. Inhale as you press the arms forward. Exhale to lower them. We're on a really, really light weight here. So we're just warming up. We're not trying to feel that work yet. Abdominals are pulling in and up to stabilize your body as your arms are moving. We're thinking about that alignment. As I press my arms out in front of me, I stop where my shoulders and wrists are in line with each other, and then lower down again. Feet are still flexed, legs are still turned on. Let's do one more like this. Next time we raise the arms, pause. Turn the palms in toward each other. We're going to open those arms out to a T and close them in. So we're not doing hug a tree here. Arms are straighter than they would be in hug a tree. We do have that micro bend in the elbow to protect the elbow, but we're not pushing much weight here. So we can open those arms all the way up, feeling opening across the chest, and then pressing those palms in toward each other. If it feels good, you can bring them together and touch as if you're clapping. If not, you can just bring them straight in front of you. You get a little bit of an extra stretch if you bring the palms together. One more here. When the hands come together, turn the palms down and lower the arms. Let's now point the toes, and we're going to go into rowing from the chest. So we're going to draw our fists up to chest height. We're going to inhale as we press the arms out. Exhale to lower the hands down to the carriage, growing taller out of the waist. Inhale to lift the arms up by the ears, and exhale to melt the arms down, drawing them back to your chest. Inhaling out, exhaling to lower, inhaling to lift, and exhaling to float those arms down. Let's do two more here. Again, we don't have much weight here, so we're really just lubing up all the joints, getting the body used to the idea of movement first thing in the morning. Last one here. Nice. Now let's go ahead and draw our legs into crisscross. Bring your arms down by your side. Palms flip up to the ceiling. We're squeezing those arms in actively toward the top of the trunk. I'm going to inhale as I press the left hand out, twisting to the right, and then draw it back in. Press press the right hand out, twisting to the left and back in. So this twist is initiated by pressing away into that strap, but then as we press the arm out straight, I want you to go that extra mile and really turn on those obliques. Try to get a little bit deeper into that twist. One more with the left arm, and then with the right. And then we're going to draw that in. We're going to hang these up. Oops, maybe. Okay, let's go ahead and stand up, and we're going to drop this foot bar. Once you have your foot bar dropped, we are going to be coming into a quadruped position. So if you don't have a little pad on your standing platform and you need one, go ahead and grab one now. We're going to stay on this yellow spring, so it's really light, but we want to start warming up the abdominals here. Feet are going to come up against the shoulder rest. Hands come down to rest on that standing platform. And then let's think of alignment. You're probably going to need to press back a little bit from the stoppers to bring your knees under your hips, shoulders over the wrists. From here, I want to hold this 90-ish degree angle, and I want to press away, just moving through my shoulders, and then pull the shoulders back over the wrists. Inhale to press away, exhale in. So this is a really simple, small movement, but my abdominals are super active because we're stabilizing. I'm moving with my breath, inhaling out, exhaling in, which is helping me to turn on that lowest, most layer of the abdominals, the transverse abdominis. My arms are super active. I'm working shoulder stability here. 2 more. Last one. Another thing to think about anytime is the alignment of your head and neck. So I'm looking straight down here. I want that long line from the tip of my tailbone out the crown of my head. So now let's shift. I want to keep this 90-ish degree angle. I'm going to press back from my hips and then draw the knees back under. Inhaling away, exhaling in. Again, abdominals stay nice and tight. I can feel those ribs knitting in toward each other. Got that corseting effect going on where I'm feeling my waist drawing in, becoming slightly smaller. Let's do 2 more here. Last one. Now let's sit back a little bit, put on a blue spring, take off that yellow, and we're going to add them together. So press out a little bit to find your alignment. We're going to press away from the shoulders, press away from the hips, hold the knees back under the hips, pull the shoulders over the wrists. So press away from shoulders, from hips, pull in from hips, pull in from shoulders. Shoulders, hips, hips, shoulders. 1 more. Come on in. Keep pushed away from those stoppers just a little bit to keep proper alignment, and let's just go into cat-cow. Inhaling as you drop the belly, lifting the chin, looking at the wall in front of you. Exhaling as you come to that Halloween cat back. Gaze goes in towards your inner thighs. Inhaling to drop. Exhaling to lift. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Draw the carriage close. Bring the feet in between the shoulder rests. Widen those knees and sit back into a child's pose. Wherever your hands come to rest, whether it's your standing platform or on your foot bar, Walk your left hand over to that far left corner and then place your right hand on top of the left hand. So you're getting a really deep stretch along your right side body. Just let that chest melt down toward the carriage. Now let's take that right hand off, walk it over to the right side of the foot bar or the standing platform. Bring your left hand to rest on top of your right. And enjoy that stretch. We'll go ahead and roll ourselves up to sitting tall. Let's step off. We're going to pull the foot bar up. And we're going to place on a red with that blue. So we have one red, one blue spring, and then we're going to come to lining. Before we go into some feet and straps, bring your feet to the foot bar and we're going to set up for the 100. We're going to do it without straps today, so we're just warming up. So arms are going to lengthen by your sides, hovering about hip height. I want you to curl the head, neck, and shoulders up, looking in towards your inner thighs. Draw your legs up to tabletop one at a time. Let's begin pumping the arms, inhaling for a count of 5, exhaling for a count of 5. Classically, it sounds like this. There are those who just like to do a long inhale for a count of 5 and a long exhale for a count of 5. That's fine as well. If you want more, extend those legs out long over the foot bar. Continue pumping. We're pulling that belly button down toward the carriage. Lower back is imprinted. We're reaching those toes away from where that belly button is pulling in and down. Fingertips are reaching toward the wall in front of me. I'm finding that length. And my head is sitting on top of my neck. So I don't have the strain in my neck that I would have if my head were tilted back and looking up at the ceiling. Keep pumping, flip your palms up toward the ceiling, and you're going to feel a nice opening across your chest. Two more breath cycles. And go ahead and place those feet down. Let the head, neck, and shoulders roll back. We're going to reach back behind you, grab onto the long straps, and we're going to bring them forward and place our feet into them. Once your feet are in your long straps, extend your legs straight up to the ceiling. Find that neutral spine with a heavy sacrum. Arms lengthen by the side. Squeeze the legs together. Inhale to lower them down, to hover just over the foot bar. Exhale to lift them up. As you lift them up, you can bring them in as close to your body as you'd like, as long as that sacrum stays heavy. And I like to put my hands on my pelvis here because we want to keep that pelvis nice and even. So this isn't really a move where we're showing off our crazy flexibility. It's more about control. We've got the abdominals pulling in and up. We're squeezing our legs to the midline. We're moving slow and with control, and we're making sure that we keep proper alignment. Let's do one more, lower and lift. And then let's pause at the top. If your hands are on your hips, take them down at either side. We should have a nice 90-degree angle here. And I want you to begin to tilt that pelvis in towards your belly button, round up to about the tips of the shoulder blades, and then exhale as you slowly melt the spine down. The carriage is staying totally still here. So we're pressing gently into those straps, keeping those toes moving straight up to the ceiling, and then rounding down until the sacrum comes to heavy. Inhale up, exhale down. You should really start to feel a burn here. We're still squeezing our legs together, pressing those knees together, pressing the feet together. So you're going to feel that inner thigh connection. Let's do one more. Nice. Go ahead and bend the knees in toward the chest. Bring the heels together, toes apart into our Pilates V. Inhale to press those legs out long. Exhale to draw them in. Thinking about only allowing those knees to open about as wide as your shoulders. Heels are pressing firmly together. Feet are flexed. Still in our neutral spine. Inhaling and exhaling. As you're exhaling and drawing those heels back in toward the pelvis, turn on those brakes. Slow the springs down. Adding on, the next time we pull our knees in, pause. We're going to straighten our right leg, keeping the carriage still, then our left. Then we're going to press those heels together and pull the knees back in. This time, open your left and then your right. Press those heels together and pull back in. Open right, open left, press together and in, open left, open right, press together and in. Last one on each side. One right, left, squeeze those inner thighs and in, open left and right, squeeze to the midline and in. Go ahead and bring those feet back to parallel. Extend the legs straight up to the ceiling. We're going to start leg circles. We're going to press the feet down toward the foot bar, opening the legs, circling them back and around toward the head, drawing them together, and then pressing down again. This is another move here where you can place your hands on your pelvis. Feel those hips. We want to keep them nice and even. So you need to adjust your circle accordingly. I can do a really huge, crazy circle that feels amazing as far as stretch goes, but I lose the form. My lower back imprints, my pelvis tilts forward. We don't want that. So rein it in a little bit. You can still enjoy that stretch. Enjoy the springs and gravity, stretching those inner thighs as your legs circle around. Just keep the control. One more here. We'll pause with our legs straight up to the ceiling. And from here, keep the carriage totally still. And we're going to open the legs to a V and pull back together, keeping the feet parallel here as we move. Inhale, exhale. One more. Now we're going to reverse the circle. So we're going to open the legs out wide, pressing the feet down toward the foot bar, drawing the legs together and lift. Hands are going back onto my pelvis. We're really working that joint, swishing that femoral head around and our hip. Enjoying the stretch. Let's do 2 more here. Last one. Draw the legs up to the ceiling, pause. This time we're going to keep the carriage totally still as we lower the right leg out to the side, draw it back up, and then the left leg and back in. The pelvis, as I'm sure you can guess, is not moving here. We're not rocking side to side. If you find that you are, make the movement a little bit smaller, baby steps. We want to do these movements properly so that we can build muscle in the right way, and then you can make the movement bigger. Let's do 1 more right, 1 more left. Draw the knees in toward the chest, just give them a hug for a moment. And I want to take this into short spine. So if short spine, if you have any neck, any funky back stuff, I would say just avoid this. Another option is press the legs out, draw them in, rock up a little bit, and rock down. That's option A. That's if you have any funky neck stuff, if you know that short spine is not for you. If you want to do short spine, we're going to bring our knees in toward our chest, Heels together, toes apart, arms lengthened by the side. We're gonna inhale as we press those legs out. Draw the legs to parallel. Exhale as we take the legs up and over, closing the carriage. Once the carriage is closed, lift up a little bit higher. Now melt those knees down toward the shoulder rest and begin to lower down one vertebrae at a time, keeping the carriage still for as long as you can. Once you can't anymore, begin to press those legs forward and move through this exercise again. Legs go up and over, lift the hips, melt the knees, begin to roll the spine down one vertebrae at a time, pressing the legs forward and going again. Let's move through this 2 more times, really taking your time and enjoying this stretch, enjoying waking up the spine. I always love short spine because the first time I do it, especially if it's first thing in the morning, it really feels pretty terrible, I'm not gonna lie. But if you move slowly and with precision, by the time you're on the last one, like here, I can already feel how much warmer my spine is, my hamstrings. Oh, lovely. Thanks for joining me today for that gentle stretch. Hopefully that stretch gives you everything you need to go out and tackle your day today. If you like that video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe below. I'll see you next time. Thanks.